Hey, welcome to Changing Lanes with Hearts and King. I am Hakima, and I don't know where Jerry is right now. I cannot see her. Jerry, can you hear me? Well, anyway, guys, this week me and Jerry are doing this completely through our. We're not in studio today. We're in two different places at the same time, and we thought we'll come to you and still do our show because this has been like one of those trying weeks. So I am currently in Michigan in Ypsilanti with my daughter. So I am. Doing the show from here, and Jerry. I know she's traveling, and yesterday was her birthday, so she'll be hopping on with us in just a second because I'm sure again we have some difficulties, but we're gonna keep it rolling. So um, like I said, I'm in Ypsilanti. I'm in Michigan, and yesterday I got to enjoy downtown Detroit for the first time. Even though I come here a lot, I've never actually been downtown. Hey, there we go, Jerry. Jerry, how are you?
Good, good. Hi, hi. Keep talking.
I know. Listen, I'm like, how do I start the show? And my sidekick is not here. So it's like I said, with changing lanes or hearts again, we just roll with the punches. Jerry, where are you reporting from today?
Well, I am reporting from Hatteras, North Carolina, Salvo to be uh what's the word? You know, Salvo, North Carolina. It's the little town inside Hatteras Island. I just can't think at all. Anyway, where are you? Where are you?
I just told him I'm in Ypsilanti, Michigan, which is close to Ann Arbor. So if everybody know, my daughter goes to Eastern Michigan University, and we're like 13 minutes away from the University of Michigan.
Yes.
And we were actually on campus on their campus today, visiting with the doctor. So, but yeah, and Jerry,
So what
yesterday you go ahead.
how was the doctor? How what happened?
So I mean, just a normal like pre-op. So Ayana will be going into surgery hopefully sometime this week. She got injured last week. I got that call that mom does never want to get where your daughter is calling you crying, and I
Yeah.
knew something was up and she had injured herself. So this time it is Achilles tear. Then I just heard we just had somebody yesterday and playing basketball it just injured their Achilles heel, so or their Achilles tendon. So yeah, got an Achilles tear, complete rupture. So we'll be
Uh
going to surgery at the latest Friday, and then I'll be home probably Monday or Tuesday. So
oh
yeah,
girl, I
man,
tell
that's
ya.
what right. Gymnastics has been trying the last what 10 years, 10 years.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, she's
Yeah.
she's a trooper. She's been getting around. She's been hopping on that other foot. So,
She loves it.
again, this is she was in practice and she got injured while she was in practice. So yeah, but yeah, we're gonna come back strong. But anyway, Jerry, on to on to better news. You had a birthday yesterday.
I had another trip around the sun. I did. Yep. Hmm.
Yes, yes, and you're looking so cute today. You got this glow about yourself.
Oh,
How
thank you.
was your
Yeah.
birthday?
It was really nice, just peaceful. A lot of Dallas families down here, and it the we what happens is this week always falls on my birthday. So the best part is I get to just keep on celebrating because we start the week Saturday to Saturday. So Friday night I went out with my parents and my sister and brother, and we did Mexican food, and some friends came in, so that was really fun. My Trisha from like junior high, like, oh gosh, we've known each other since the fourth grade, and then my girlfriend Jennifer came and met my parents for the first time. So that was really fun because she lost her mom, and she is
Oh,
the middle of five and kids. I'm the middle of five kids. And her mom and my mom, we always wanted them to meet. So they finally got to meet, but it was just a little too late. But anyway, um, the birthday celebration is just going to continue because then when I get home, I get to find you and I get to find other
yes.
friends that I didn't get to like
We're
just.
gonna re-celebrate.
That's right. That's what it's
Yeah,
all
we can
about.
re-celebrate. Yes. Jerry just
Yes.
turned 28 years old for those of you who do not know why she's glowing over there. Um,
28.
but
28.
yes,
It was my best forever year.
there you go. See, just stay 28. Yeah, and
28.
Jerry, you can see the new hair color. So,
I
um,
love it.
I just wanted to try something different. I'm like, you know what? I heard blondes have fun, so let me see. if they do have fun. And yesterday, me and my daughter went out on the town in Detroit. We not out on the town like we were out on the town, but I went downtown Detroit. This is my every time I come to Michigan, I just stay in Ypsilanti or Ann Arbor. But I decided let's go downtown Detroit and see what it's all
How was
about. And
that?
it was beautiful. So across, like we're at the water. It's like a water walk, kind of like being in Norfolk, and then you could see over to Portsmouth, right, in
Okay,
Virginia.
right,
That's how I could describe it. But I'm in Michigan, in Detroit, Michigan. I look over. There's
right,
Canada, right, and the water is blue. I did not know that they have blue water. Why don't we have blue water in Virginia?
right.
I that is confusing. This is Detroit.
So, which lake is that?
I think it's is it Lake Michigan?
I think it's Lake Michigan.
Is it like, yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, I wasn't no, scholar in school, but I think maybe like Michigan. Let us know. Check in our chat if that's like Michigan or not. If not, guys, I listen. I was no scholar.
Don't blame either one of us. But we will
Yes,
we'll get better at
it
this
wasn't.
because it's
It's not the Chesapeake Bay,
yeah.
right? And it's blue waters. It's beautiful. It's just really hot here. How's the weather there?
Here it's very
Yeah.
hot. I mean,
Is
like
it?
I went out. I actually got up at 6 a.m. today because the guys are going deep sea fishing. So you have to leave
Oh,
kind of
cool.
early and all that. But it was so beautiful. Got to see the birds chirping, the sun coming up, and got rid of the guys. And now it's nice and quiet here. But I went for a little bike ride and came back, and it was just it's humid. It's because Hatteras is a little island out here, and
Yeah.
it's thick as thieves with some good big mosquitoes. The mosquitoes will take you away.
Listen, my backyard in Virginia has a lot of mosquitoes. But talking about bikes, I know today we have a special guest. She'll be on towards the end of the hour. But
Yes.
Amy, who
Amy
owns a bike,
Oliver. Yes,
yes,
Amy Oliver. She's a lifetime friend of mine, and I'm kind of bummed, but not really. We're just introducing her today, but we'll have her back because she's been through so many changes, and she really has a lot of advice for the changing lane situations. But especially like we've all had our stresses, and she brings a lot of fun and joy to a lot of people because she owns the e-bike alley, and all she wants to do is make sure you are on a bike having fun, letting the wind fly through your hair. And she'll set tours up, she'll get you going on the right bike and make sure that you can afford what you're purchasing, and there you go.
yeah. So before the show started, Jerry, when we were before we were in the chat room, myself, John, and Aaron, and we were talking about bikes, and
Right.
John said he didn't understand why like we would want a bike that didn't pedal. And I explained like there's a whole bike community out there just
It's
to
a
be.
whole bike community.
Yes, and that you don't have to really pedal to get the exercise. It's probably the vitamin D you're getting from the sun and just out,
Well,
fellowshipping with people that have
so
these bikes.
definitely fellowship, a lot of fellowship. They set up the group rides, they set up even just you people just want to go on rides with each other. It's actually a very very fun community. And John and Aaron, I know you guys are listening, but as all of us get a little bit older, our knees don't work quite as well as they want to, our hips don't work, we sometimes get a replacement here, replacement there, replacement everywhere, right? So these
Aaron
bikes are
don't mind pedaling,
I don't mind pedaling. You can pedal these bikes, but the thing is, if you've
right?
not been
Take a
on a
break.
bike in a long time, you just pedal it like a regular bike. You go as far as you can, and then when you get tired and you go, "Oh my God, I have to go all the way back," you just flip that bad boy around and do the throttle, and you got yourself a little motorcycle.
Right, right, right. We just, for me, we just gonna have a seat adjustment because I need a couch seat, right? I just
Yeah,
want to
yeah,
be
yeah, 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 yeah,
really
yeah.
comfortable because
Yes,
I mean,
there
yeah,
are
this
some funny seats. Well, so like I said, she and her husband. So her husband was actually my roommate in college. So we're going on 1989. I graduated, so a long time, right? So we lived together in 80. Oh my gosh, 87, I think 86, 80, 86 and 87, and have been friends forever. So we're almost at 30 years for that. But anyway, during right when COVID started, they had started the shop and they asked if I wanted to help them a little bit. So I actually had the pleasure of working in the shop a couple days a week, right? Hakima, they have seats for everybody. They've got little
Everybody,
seats,
okay, good.
they've got big seats, they've got medium seats, they've got bench seats, they've got seats with backs, they've got it all.
Now,
So,
see that? There we go. Now we go. Now, Aaron and John and me and Jerry could start a bike club.
oh, absolutely. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Well, that would be really fun. Well, because Aaron's new in town, and John, we need to get you over here, and I will gladly be your tour guide on the Elizabeth River Trail because it's a beautiful trail around downtown Norfolk that nobody knows about, and it winds all around the Elizabeth River, and it's beautiful. So I would love to do that. It's like a 10-mile loop, but we can make it as long as we want.
Yeah. So Pedigo Bike. I know she's located in Norfolk, but we'll
Hmm.
talk to
But
her.
it's
And
now
then there's Williamsburg as
yes,
well.
it's actually e-bike alley now.
E-bike alley. Okay.
E-bike alley. Yep. So she carries all kinds of brands. So
Oh, good.
we'll
Okay.
yeah, we'll have her on, and she wants to talk about why she's carrying all those brands too. So that's perfect.
Good. Good. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Well, for those of you who are watching live on our Facebook channel, we are changing lanes with Hearts and King. I'm Hakima
Yes.
King,
Dairy
and
Hearts.
yes, and we're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be back after a short break. All right. Thanks for tuning in, and please join us when we get back.
Thanks.
Hartz and King LLC is where comfort meets class and real estate works for you. We're your corporate housing specialists, helping traveling professionals find high-end, fully furnished homes for 30 days or longer. Whether it's a temporary contract or a career move, our properties deliver cleanliness, safety, comfort, and convenience, all wrapped in luxury. Looking to maximize your rental income with quality tenants and stress-free property management? We've got you. Ready to start your own corporate rental business? We offer coaching and consulting with affordable packages to help you launch, grow, and thrive. And if you're looking to buy or sell your home, our very own Jerry Hartz, licensed realtor with 25 years of experience, is ready to guide you in every step of the way. Real estate, real people, real results. Hartz and King LLC, your corporate housing specialist, where legacy begins.
Have you ever wanted to dress like a Hall of Fame broadcaster, but didn't know where to begin? In 2018, Aaron Phillips was inducted in the Las Vegas Entertainers Hall of Fame, and The Voice was born. Aaron has been part of many successful podcast programs, and branding those programs plays a vital role. Visit thevoice.qbstores.com and order the latest embroidered products featuring the logos of many of Aaron's shows. Discounts and flat shipping rates are available on all orders, regardless of quantity, on men's, women's, and kids' apparel, and many accessories. Visit thevoice.qbstores.com and let Aaron's voice speak to you.
Welcome back to Changing Lanes with Hearts and King. I am Hakima King. Thanks for coming back from that break with us. We're trying to get in with Jerry. We are shooting our show live, but we are in two different locations. So this is our first time kind of zooming into our own show. So please excuse our like minor situations that we're having, our technical difficulties. So
Oh,
there you go,
I see.
Jerry. You came back as two Jerrys, but that's okay. So,
I know.
so
Well, so oh, there I
there we
am.
go.
Okay. So what happens is when I go to the chat to see what you guys are talking about, I can't get back. So I just don't know what y'all are talking about. I'll just not go to the chat. How's that?
Right. Listen, I hit the chat and then I try to get off of it before I can see like how long we got to come from commercial break. So
Right,
it's
right.
yeah, it's not. I'm working this kind of like off my cell phone. So
But you
um,
know, with your new hair, me too. I'm doing the cell phone too. With your new hair, you look like a real reporter. I like it.
I think so too. So Jerry, I posted a picture yesterday on social media,
I
and when
saw.
my
Yes.
daughter took the picture as I was sitting there eating, we went to a place in Detroit to eat, and she
Uh-huh.
snapped a picture. I'm like, oh my god, this look like this is like AI. This doesn't look real. I'm like, this is how I look. She's like, yeah, mom. And then I started getting a lot of compliments as I posted. I'm like, you know what? Because I'm always so by the book about everything in life, Jerry. I've never colored my hair before. So I found
Oh,
this wig and I'm
fun.
like, let me put this on. And I really like it. I feel like I'm coloring outside the lines a little bit right now. Like I'm
Well, you
playing,
did.
yeah. And I like,
Yeah. You get
yeah, I think it's
crazy.
yeah. It's a little stuff in life. Like I needed a pick me up this week, so I think that this wig just made me
You
feel
did.
good a little bit. Yeah.
You've
Sometimes
had
we
a
just need
stressful
that.
week. Mm-hmm.
Right.
You've had a really
I'm not
stressful
gonna say
week.
too stressful. Anytime I get to come see my child, it gives me a good little joy, but just under circumstances, not so great. But
Yeah.
Jerry, I know we always talk about real estate, and I
Yeah.
know we tend to stay away from like politics or anything like that because we just draw the line there. But I know with everything going on in the media,
Hmm.
and my kids, my daughter's called my oldest daughter. Just a funny story, right? So
Okay.
my oldest daughter calls me and she's like, "Mom, did you hear about what happened? Like we dropped bombs in Iran."
Right.
And I'm thinking like, "What are you talking about?" Right? Because my like nowadays everybody's like a TikTok kid or like what they
Right. So
see
you're
on
worried
social
that
media.
it's like you don't
Right.
even know if
So
that's true. Right.
fake
Right.
news, right? So I
Right.
just I just turn on CNN and Fox News and see like this is a real thing. This just happened, right? Well,
Right.
in Michigan, this or Ypsilanti, where we are, there's an air show going on this week, right? This weekend, it was an air show. So while we got Zaire on Facetime, we kind of like she calls us right when, and we're on the highway, and you can see
Stop
these
it.
three. Yes, we Facetime her. She's like, "Oh my God, Mom!"
So not
It's
funny.
not funny, but her
So
reaction
not
to
funny.
it, and it was like
Yeah.
right on time. She, so she's like, "How
You know, you know what this is proving? We are sick. We are twisted people.
we are?" But listen, no, it's just crazy to think about this in our lifetime that something crazy could happen, and then the response, could happen. But I mean,
So
she is nervous and we heard it ourselves. I mean, if
yeah,
we didn't see it the day before when we didn't know anything, because
right.
it was a 2 day air show, we wouldn't have known what was going on. So yeah, that kind of freaked us out just a little bit. But it really freaked her out because she's like, "Oh my God," like she's like just praying over us. So yeah.
Well, I think that I am so sorry that I'm giggling over the situation, but I'm just picturing that like the
Because
Zaire,
Zaire
like
and her
yeah,
personality. Yeah.
that's all that I'm laughing at because this is not a laughing matter, and I
Right.
think the only thing that we all can do is pray
It's
that
perfect. Right.
pray for everybody that was harmed, pray for everybody that could be harmed, and pray the madness stops. Just stop it.
Right. Right.
Let's
Right.
just stop
Right.
it and bring. Uh, just give everybody
I
the
know.
words they need to
Right.
stop it. You know. So
Yeah,
that's
I
all.
definitely agree with those words. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
that's
yeah, I
all.
just had to tell that story because it was just, I'm like, my kids, because she wants her mama too. Like, "Oh, mom, if you were here," I'll be saying, and then Ayana, so yeah.
Well, I left town, so it got kind of been cut off from it. But the thing that makes me the saddest about all of this is, we have every generation here from 80 to 70 to 60, 50, 40s down to like little babies. But the ones that I feel whatever the worst for, I think, are my kids' age. And me, I don't know if that's because I'm so empathetic towards him, but just they're always stressed. They're always watching the news. They're
Always, you're
always,
right.
they just I talked to my nephew before I left, and not like you said, I'm trying to stay out of politics with the kids, but I
Right.
just want to see how they feel. Like, so I'm like, how are you feeling these days? And or how do your he's 30, 32 actually. And I was like, so how do your friends feel about our world? And he's like, Jerry, I don't want to talk politics. I was like, I'm not talking politics. I'm
Right.
asking just in general. And he said, they think we're going to hell in a handbasket. The world is on fire. And to me, that's just, it, it just sucks. I mean, I think we're all trying so hard to live each day to our fullest and work hard, play hard, love hard, fit it all in, like just fit it in because it's just but everyone there's an underlying like anxiety,
It is.
and I just it's and I don't care what side of the aisle you're on. We have so much in common. We have so much in common, and most people are middle of the road and they lean a little right or they lean a little left.
Yeah.
but for the most part, they want to love and make sure their children are having a good time and can get a job and succeed in this world. And other than that, I mean, live and let live. So, but
Right.
it's just, I just,
Yeah.
I don't like it.
I know, and I don't, try to like, I don't try to get into politics or talk politics, but I try like just humanity. I know we're,
Humanity, that's right.
yeah, humanity. We're from, Virginia. We have a lot of military. We have our Air Force, our Navy, our,
Hmm.
the Marines. Every branch
Everything.
is in,
The SEAL Team
our
6. Yep.
area in Virginia. So it's kind of like, like the effect it would have on families, or like whatever goes on. If it,
Hmm.
hopefully it's just, you know, we just keep on going like we normally been going, and, no madness, but
No
I know in
madness.
my
Yeah.
42 years of life, we've have gone through other, other wars
Yes.
and other situations. So I just think about the families, and I think about our armed forces out there. So I think it's more of a humanity thing,
That's
no matter
right.
what side
That's
you
right.
sit on. Yeah.
Well, I will lighten
Mhm.
this load and tell you a
Yes.
really funny story. So,
Okay.
so the Chesapeake Bay, the beach right there, the SEAL team and everybody, they all train. So if you're facing north, they train over to the left of us, and they'll run by, and you can hear the bugle playing every morning. It's actually, and
Oh
then
yeah,
so and when they lower and raise the flag every day, you can
you
hear
can
the
hear it.
doo-doo-doo, they play a little song, whatever there's the song that they, it's not always the same. But anyway, I'm on the beach. This was, I don't know, 20 years ago, and with my mother-in-law at the time, and she was such a funny lady. She's got a little sundress on, she's got a bun in her hair, so she's like in her late 70s at this time, right? And she's just sitting there enjoying herself, and here comes the SEAL team, and actually this was the Marines. They're carrying a flag and everything, and they're doing the left, 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 right, left, and she just looks admiringly at these boys going by, and she says, everybody always wondered why I never remarried. And she's like, but it's because I want that and they don't want this.
Ah,
And I just like laughed so hard. It was the best. Because here she was like at least 75, and these kids are like 22, if that, right? And she's just like, oh,
right, right.
it was
Wow.
very cute.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
But
too
we are
funny.
blessed. We're very blessed, and very grateful for our military and for everybody protecting us, and very grateful for those that literally risk their lives for us to be Americans. So,
Right, right. Yes.
yeah. Mhm.
Right.
Yeah.
So, I guess it's like one of those like weeks where you just like, hmm.
Just hold
And once
on.
we get through it, yeah, once we get through this, and next Monday, I just, can't wait to get through this next Monday.
Yeah, I hope that we have some answers, and anyway, I just hope it's done. Yes, and
Yeah.
you need to get through this week and get your daughter on her feet, literally.
Yeah.
And then we have some big plans.
Yes, we do. We do. And
Do
that's another thing. I just feel like everything right now is on hold, but in our corporate housing world, so I'm still
Mhm.
waiting on, some things, but it's like there's always that like waiting period that we do. But I always think like it's like the calm before like a good storm. Like always going
Oh
to get
yeah.
busy.
Hmm.
We've
Yep.
already I've had a lot of people reaching out. Our platforms are pretty busy.
Our platforms are
So
really busy. Yes. Like
yeah.
like I don't feel like we have enough, like
Right.
to
That
fill
that is
to fill
my
the space, right? To fill the
yes.
jobs that are,
Yes. You're
yeah,
absolutely right.
which in the grand scheme of things, and the things that we're talking about, and the panic and the everything that everybody's feelings, that's a really good sign. That we have people that need room
Housing.
so that they can go to work, you know
Right.
so I mean, like, we're filling it, like people are having to go to like different cities to get into Norfolk, or like they're going on the outlining, like what we can't fill, we don't have rooms for them in the
Right.
in their little, everybody wants 15 minutes from wherever they work, but they're
Right.
having to go out a little bit further. So I think that that's a really good sign. for our for our
Exactly.
community, you know.
Oh yeah, exactly. So for those of you out there that are looking for houses, I mean, right now is like a perfect time to do what you
Mhm.
have to do. Um,
To get your house right and ready, and
yes, yes,
it's there is a market there. I think everybody keeps asking, like, if I should I change my house over, what should I do, you know, and I'm always like, yes, there we have spaces for you. We have, so the thing is, like, so the job market obviously is really important, especially like professional jobs and things like that, but we're in a housing shortage. We're also in a different mindset with jobs where people
right.
really want temporary um positions so that they can figure out whether they want this job or this area or whatever it is. But then also companies are doing contract jobs where they don't want like a 20-year employee. So it's all, it's like the trifecta of the situation. So for corporate
Right.
housing, again, that's all really good. It's a really good thing. So if you in it, the other portion of that that I didn't get out of my mouth yet is that we have so many people and we're still in a housing shortage. So people are bunking up. People are just living places for 6 months, saving their as much money as they can while they get a down payment for their house, things like that, like millennials and stuff like that. If they're not living at home saving money, they're just saving as much money as they can.
Is they
So
can you.
yeah, it's just a new lifestyle and new way that people, well, I mean, I say it's new, but when I was in my like graduated, so my what would be like 25 to 30, so my professional, when I was getting just you don't want to move back home, you,
Right.
you know, but you probably, not that I didn't make enough money, but I didn't want to live alone. So I did have roommates, you know, so it's not really a different lifestyle. But some of the people we have come in, they're 50, 60 years old, you know,
Yes.
like they're empty
Right.
nesters that are, they still want to live with somebody. They don't want to be in an empty house. So there is a market that, let's just, that's all I'm trying to say. There is a market.
Right. So, and I think the older we get, we understand that we need our privacy, but we also
Mhm.
understand that we need that fellowship too. So, I mean, I still think in our shared homes, I get as much privacy as anybody else. I just call it respectful living. I
Oh,
respect my
what a
yeah.
nice way to put that.
Yeah,
Yes.
I respect my tenants. I wouldn't do anything I wouldn't want them to do. And I think we all live by the same customs, when it comes to respecting the person the other
Sure.
person. So,
Well, that's
yeah.
exactly right. Because when you're in college, you're not respectful living. You
Right.
know, you're out for yourself. You're leaving your. Oh, Aaron said we can cuss on this platform. You're
Oh,
leaving your shit everywhere.
you know what? You just blank your whole screen just blanked off real quick.
See?
Right.
So exactly. So then, as an adult, you get to come back and you're cleaning up after yourself. Exactly. I love it.
Right.
Respectful living. Love it.
Respectful living, yeah. And as I've been here, I stay with my daughter in her place in her condo, and she has other is three roommates here, three other gymnasts in the same space. They all have their own rooms, their own bathrooms, and a kitchen and a living room, and the
Okay.
laundry room that they share. But it's still respectful living because like I could come here and easily just fit right in, and they're like, oh hey, like you're how long you gonna be here, mom? And these kids are very respectful, but it's the same thing. It's like you just learn to respect others and the space.
Right.
I'm not here momming everybody. I mean, as long as these kids are doing what they need to do, and two of them are at home. So one of them is traveling abroad for the summer, and the other one
Right.
is at home. But they it's still other roommates and stuff in and out, like a boyfriend or so. So
Oh, that's
but it's,
awesome. Yeah.
yeah, it's so really peaceful. I've been cleaning. I'm a clean. So, but not too much cooking. I said today I might. Well, yesterday was Sunday. I was supposed to cook yesterday, but
Well, I got the days
yeah,
mixed up. I thought today was Sunday, so
right.
my
It's
fault.
been it's
Yeah.
been yeah, it's been pretty moving pretty fast. So, and then
Yeah.
another thing with my respectful living. So, I got the call from my daughter on a Tuesday. I hopped on a plane on a Wednesday, right? But as I was leaving out to go to the airport, my roommate had reached out to me like, hey, can you drop me off or can you take me to the hospital? I'm like, hey, listen, I'm about to fly out, is everything okay? And she just
Right.
wasn't feeling good, but I was able to drop her off because she could not drive at the hospital on my way out. So and then her husband drove in, so she's fine. But just think, like, if she was living alone,
Oh, exactly. Yeah.
she would, yeah, or she's traveling by herself, because I've had stomach issues where it just like I just cannot drive.
Right.
So yeah,
Mhm.
so it's always a benefit. It's always a plus, that I appreciate.
Yes.
Yeah,
Exactly. That's how I feel about it too. I just like
right.
noise. I don't necessarily like to. I don't care if you're talking to me. I just like to know somebody's in the house. The house
In
feels
the house with
different.
you, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Actually, if you're living with me, I don't really want to talk to you.
But if you're living with me as my tenant, where you give me my space, because I'm like, living with a spouse may be a little different, right? Because then
Right.
you got to clean up after somebody. I don't clean up after my tenants or my roommate. I don't clean up after them. Everybody joins in and take care of their own stuff and is always clean. But a spouse sometimes won't appreciate, yeah, to leave their stuff around, dishes in the sink. Yeah. Are you on mute, Jerry, or are you just agreeing with me like?
I never know who's listening, so I'm just agreeing with you quietly.
Right. So, yeah, I love it. I love that there's no dishes in the sink or nothing for me to wash. So, and that there may be a dish or so, it probably mine, but for the most part, we keep it clean.
Yeah.
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 So when are you expected to be home? I know, at the latest we'll probably have a surgery date of Friday, and I'll be home Monday,
Monday. So no,
hopefully.
I'll
Yeah.
be home Saturday. I'll be home Saturday.
Yeah,
Late
but we
Saturday.
should be we our podcast guys should still be here. Will you still catch us live next week? I'll just make sure that I could get it in before I fly out. So I'll probably fly out in the evening time. So
So when are we taking a break? I know we're taking a break of
So
our
we
live shows.
are. So yeah, so Changing Lanes with Hearts and King. We'll be taking a break for the month of July and August. So we like right now everything is the calm, but our busy season is coming up. Usually it's pretty much here, but we're managing it with vacation. But so July and August we're gonna go ahead and take a pause on our show and come back with our live show in September. So
Okay.
we and you can still check us out on our Facebook page. So even though we'll be taking a break from our live podcast, we'll probably be putting up tips and tricks on our
Yes.
on our Facebook page. So keep tuning in to Changing Lanes with Hearts and King, guys. We appreciate that. Our Instagram page will still be active,
Hmm.
and YouTube. You can catch all past shows, including this one today, on our YouTube page at Changing Lanes with Hearts and King. So hopefully by the time we come back in September, that you'll be able to just hit us up on a like when you're talking to us now, you could just go to our website and you could click there and you can anything that you would need from us would be there. Is if it's coaching, if it's trying to buy a house, or
Hmm.
information, or if you need management, like everything will be in one location. So that's what we need to get our
Like work
business
on.
straight. Yeah,
Hmm.
and work on it. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited.
So, yeah, I am. So let's take one more break. And hopefully when we come back, we'll have our guests joining us, or we'll reach out. And like I said, by the end of the hour,
We'll
she'll
see
be
her
reaching out.
one
So
way, one way or another.
WW, right. So if you guys are catching us live on Change Language for Hearts and King Facebook page, also WWVBVTV, you could catch us live there on the Facebook page as well. But to come back with us, and we'll be hopefully have our guest Amy Oliver,
Right.
from who owns a electric bike company
Yep.
in
E-Bike
Hampton
Alley.
Roads area. Yes, and in Williamsburg. So if you guys are looking this summer to get some sun the right way, or just get some exercise in the right way, hopefully she'll be here to talk to us about that.
There's no wrong. We don't like anybody doing anything wrong.
Yes. Well, we'll be right back after these messages.
All right. Bye.
Hi, I'm Carrie with Premier Showgirls. I book real live Las Vegas showgirls for corporate events, trade shows, all sizes and types of events. I also work with some of the best celebrity impersonators in town: Elvis, Marilyn, Rat Pack, Frank, and Dean. We book stilt walkers, go-go dancers, all kinds of entertainers. So if you need some Vegas glitz and glam for your event, call me, Carrie at Premier Showgirls.
Hartz and King LLC is where comfort meets class and real estate works for you. We're your corporate housing specialists, helping traveling professionals find high-end, fully furnished homes for 30 days or longer. Whether it's a temporary contract or a career move, our properties deliver cleanliness, safety, comfort, and convenience, all wrapped in luxury. Looking to maximize your rental income with quality tenants and stress-free property management? We've got you. Ready to start your own corporate rental business? We offer coaching and consulting with affordable packages to help you launch, grow, and thrive. And if you're looking to buy or sell your home, our very own Jerry Hartz, licensed realtor with 25 years of experience, is ready to guide you in every step of the way. Real estate, real people, real results. Hartz and King LLC, your corporate housing specialist, where legacy begins.
Well, welcome back to Changing Lanes with Hearts and King. Jerry, you made it back this time. I am
I
Hakima
did.
King.
I did. It's so exciting. I'm trying to get faster at this clicking around.
I know, like this is something new for us, actually doing it this way. I kind of like it, but I do like being in the studio with Aaron,
Yeah.
with a producer there, because it's kind of safe. Don't you feel safe? Like
Yeah, I
he
do feel
guides
I feel
us.
like yeah. Even
Yeah,
even like even when we were pink, I still felt safer.
I right. So we were inside the studio. Yeah. So hopefully by the time we come back, we won't be in the studio. I'm sorry, we won't be in the studio. I won't be in the studio Monday, but when we come
Okay.
back, you know, I'm pretty sure Aaron got his camera fixed because he was really upset about that one. Yo, it's
I
good.
have,
Oh,
I
so there you
have,
go.
by the way, I am, because you guys are out of town, I do miss being in studio with you. I'm in my home studio today
Oh, are you
doing my,
okay?
and I am happy to report if you pull up Aaron's Hour from Saturday, no more red faces like we're from the Willy Wonka chocolate factory. We are
Oh,
normal. We are back to
Oh,
normal.
good,
Microphones are back. So we
cool.
are
good,
Very
good to go when you're
cool.
back in studio.
awesome. See, Aaron, see that's why Aaron is like, if you guys are looking to start a podcast or take some podcast training, and doing what me and Jerry doing by putting ourselves out here, it is pretty scary. But hit Aaron up. If you go to WVBVTV, he has a website, or dot com is his website. He has a new website out there, so he can help you guys like he helped us. Which I mean, yeah, I mean, I can't get any, we can't get any better sometimes. I feel like, Jerry, having the right people on your team, finding people like John and Aaron to help us
Yeah.
navigate through things like this. And when we think, hey, we're not going to be able to do the show this week, well, no, we are,
Yeah,
because we
can
have producers.
just show up.
Yes. Yes, they do.
Click
They
on
show up, they help out.
they said
Yes.
just click on this link. We'll got you.
We got
So
you. Right. So,
yeah.
so yeah. So we
I'm
could do
spend
this
my
from
brain.
anywhere in the world. So maybe we could just, next time we come back in September, we could just vacation and fly around the world and do a podcast, you know? I don't know.
We gotta
I don't
we
know.
gotta
We need, yeah,
we
we got
really
to
have
work
to
on
work
that.
on our things we're gonna talk about.
Sponsors. Yes, we do. We do.
Yes, yes,
So,
sponsors too.
yeah. Yeah.
I-
So how are we looking? Will Amy be joining us at 11:45 or
yeah, she said probably 11:45. I think she's driving and that's one thing she just talked about things on your team and I was talking to Amy about this our before we started, how important it is because you and I are only two people, and
right?
she and her husband, and then she has her nephew. Those are the three main players in on her uh team, but then she's got definitely some people that she's hired and she really relies on. But uh, I think balance is so important,
It
and
is.
we really need to lean on each other and
I see her there. She says she's trying to get in.
she's trying to get in.
Yeah. She's trying to get in. She says, John, do you see her?
Yeah, she's not. I mean, I saw her message, and if she can hear us, all she needs to do is click the link. I mean, like you guys did. I sent her the link, um, and I don't know. I don't know what else to tell her.
All
So
right,
let
Amy.
me
Yeah. If you're hearing this, Amy, go ahead and click that link that you were sent, and you should be able to pop right in.
So
Oh,
I'm keeping an eye on her because I saw her message. So
Okay,
all right.
awesome.
let
But yeah,
me uh let me
so
do
the
this.
importance of having a team is definitely important, especially in any business that you start, but real estate as well, and then corporate housing as well. I know sometimes, most of the time, I run into situations where you need somebody. I'm out of town right now. My business has still got to go on. I'm still accepting tenants. I still have people coming in town. So I still write leases. Since I've been here, I written 2 leases. So having somebody now. Jerry's on vacation, which is my other part of my team, but we still
Right.
have other people that jump in and take
Oh,
fill in what we.
absolutely. I mean, I
Yeah.
have like, so we have this, I have the uh real estate sales, so
Yes.
listing, and I have other buyers that are in my pipeline that are rock. I mean, I'm rocking and rolling no matter where I am. Always got a phone, always got, but yesterday I was on the beach and it was the first time in I don't know, years where I put my phone down for more than a half an hour. And I was like, someone looked at me and they were like, "What's wrong?" I was like, "Nothing's wrong. I could put my phone down because I know everything's covered." And
Right.
I just put people where I needed to have my dog taken care of, having my parents I know are in good hands. I know, there's just so many balls that are always up in the air. And you have to have people you can count on. You have
Right.
to. So,
Right. We run into situations all the time. When we have to sometimes dig deep and make that phone call, and also treat when we talk to Patrick Sixay last
uh-huh.
week. He talked about the importance of like building relationships with people.
Yes.
Because sometimes you got to reach out. I know, Jerry, if you're not in town and your brother's in town, and I want to see a property, I
Oh
know
yeah.
you'll get John, and it's like, hey, John will show you. And I trust that, and we trust these relationships that we built. So
Well, I mean, you just can't do it all, and I appreciate that. And not only that, but you know, I, and I don't know if this is a woman thing and where I get hung up, but I do have some friends that aren't necessarily in the business world, and they are afraid to get on the phone because they think it's going to take hours for you to hang the phone up. But then, like, I know I can call you, and you'd be like, "Hey," I'll be like, "Listen," and like just
right,
zip it, and I need to listen to what she's saying because she's got to go, so it's like I
right,
need help, I need it now, and I know that I could come to you and it's done, and it's like it's and there's a lot of people that I can call on in those situations for different things, and it's just a blessing to be able to just be like, "Hey, the water's leaking out of the top floor," and I got
right,
it, no big deal.
right,
You
right.
need it. You don't have to go, "How's your mom? How's the baby? how's the dog?" Just, "There's a leak in the house."
I mean, every day's like, oh, hey,
Look
beautiful.
who's here!
Hi.
Hey, look who's here!
Hi.
I just had to download the
Yay.
app.
What'd you say?
Hi. How
You
are you
mean hi,
guys?
you guys.
We are
Eh,
wonderful. How are you?
I'm good. Good,
You
good,
Good.
look
good.
good. You look so refreshed. You look that. So
Thank you.
beautiful.
Oh,
Yes. How's
thank you.
everything?
Huh?
How's everything?
It's going good. It's going good. I'm downtown today. We're closed on Mondays, but I'm delivering a couple bikes in Virginia Beach
Okay.
and just getting ready to do that. But yeah, doing good.
Awesome.
So, you guys, real quick, this is Amy Oliver. She is with E-Bike Alley. She has 2 store locations, one in downtown Norfolk, right off of City Hall Avenue, and the other is in Williamsburg in
Yeah.
College Row, right? Is the College Row portion
Yes,
right,
it's in
Amy?
College Row. It's called Midtown Row.
Midtown
But
Row.
right here, I'm looking at the MacArthur station.
Oh yeah.
And across the street is the MacArthur Mall and the MacArthur Memorial's right across from me.
Yes, you
Really
are
Very
in
nice
the.
spot
nice.
downtown.
Yes, you're in a perfect location. I drive past your
Mhm.
shop every day to go to work.
All
And I'm
right.
like, I have a friend that owns that place. We were just trying to sell your bikes earlier to John and Aaron, our producers.
All
So,
right.
yes. So,
So
well,
yeah, we
Amy, yeah, go ahead. Yeah, Amy, if you could tell our viewers a little bit about yourself.
Well, I well, I can't start back from the beginning,
Hold
but
on. We have to
it's
say happy birthday to her real quick too, because
thank
it's her
you.
Amy,
birthday
today's your
weekend.
birthday.
2 days ago.
Well,
Yes.
happy birthday.
Thank
It's,
you.
it's your birthday all month.
Yes.
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 Yes. And flip
So,
around because you're getting a glare on your pretty face.
oh,
Flip. Yeah. There.
Oh,
Perfect.
that,
perfect.
do you want me
Yes.
to be
Yes.
this way?
Yes. That looks good.
Okay.
Yep. And that way we can see
So
the store.
back in 2018, my brother was getting remarried in Napa Valley, and my husband and our two kids went out there for the wedding, and we rented electric bikes, and we had so much fun. I'd never been on an electric bike or even heard of one, and I'm like, wow, we don't have any electric bikes in Hampton Roads. So that's what how we got started. And in 2019, I opened up a Pedigo store as a dealer for the brand, and through COVID and ups and downs and supply chain disruptions, I decided to pivot. And I'm not an exclusive dealer anymore, but I have multiple brands now, over 10 brands of electric bikes, and all.
All their glory.
Is that
Oh,
okay?
yep. You're
Yes.
good.
Okay.
Yeah.
So anyway, now I'm e-bike alley. It's been about a year and a half since we changed over, and it's going really well. It's fun.
It
It's
is
really
fun.
fun.
You and
Yeah.
we were talking about too the importance of a team, and like how you're
Oh yeah.
like one to really like to do things on your own, and like eh, I have been extremely proud of you for not, I don't think you've ever or will ever be able to give up control, but you're really better
And
about letting people help you.
yeah, yeah. Um, it's that's definitely challenging. You know, when you have your own business, it's you can by the time I feel like I tell people what to do or how to do it, I could just do it myself. And it's a real problem. Just to be able to delegate and trust in your team, and um, you know, if it's not perfect, it's okay.
Well, the
Right.
other thing I really like about you, honestly, like when I was working there, and I mean we've been through a lot of different changes
Mhm.
together, Amy and I, through the
Yeah.
years. But the one thing that I really liked, you're trying to teach me how to work the I don't know, some system on the computer, and you're like, give me that, I'm gonna teach you how to fish. And you were like, I like very giving with your with um just your whole knowledge and how to like do things so that you help everybody create their own independence, not just do it this way and my way and that's the only way. It's like you really help give tools for people to grow with.
Yeah.
So, and I like that attitude, and with that
Oh.
comes a little bit of trouble. Like I know if I ever get an assistant that they're just going to leave and go um do whatever I'm going to teach them all my tricks and tips of whatever my job is, but that's
Mhm.
everybody's fear, that it's just you're wasting your time. But I have never gotten that feeling from you, and that place of fear, and that's where a lot of people, I was kidding when I said that, but that's where a lot of people come from. Instead
Mhm.
of, let me just, I need help, let me help them, and we can all help each other together, or whatever it is. And
Yeah.
it's, but you help people succeed, and you really do bring lots of joy to people. So,
Oh, thank you, Jerry.
yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's been
So
fun. I have 6 employees now, and well, not including myself and Kevin and Thomas, but we, yeah, we're definitely growing, and I would like to hire more. So um, it's a good thing.
That's awesome.
Mhm.
That's very good.
so
We're
Yeah.
Amy,
working. We're working with the Hilton in Williamsburg at the Powhatan Resort to put a rental program there for their guests. And
oh,
Thomas and I
no.
took bikes over there yesterday and rode all around the resort. It's beautiful. I've never been there before, but they've got 5 swimming pools and golf courses, and it's just a
Where was it?
beautiful
You
place.
bleep, my phone bleeped out when you said where it was. Where
It's
is
at
it?
it's in Williamsburg. It's called the Powhatan Resort.
I
Okay,
know exactly what that
nice.
is. Yeah.
Yeah, they have 170 acres, bike trails everywhere. It's beautiful. So it's very exciting.
Oh, yeah.
That's
That
one
would
thing
be.
too. You can find some pretty spots in the world with those electric bikes.
That's
Oh
true.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Mm-hmm.
Amy, one thing that we do at Changing Lanes at Heart with Hearts and King, we ask our guests about a time when they had to actually change lanes in life, right? To give some of our, to give our viewers like some advice. So, is
Hmm.
there a time where you could think about in your life where you had to change lanes?
Yeah, I mean, this business going from a, it wasn't technically a franchise, but for all practical purposes, it was. I couldn't do other things. So the market, when the market started changing, I could really feel it. Um, and I always used to say to myself, please, I need to know when it's time to jump, or when do I need to get out, or let me see the signs. And um, I felt it coming on, and I did a lot of research. I talked to a lot of people on the West Coast because that's where the trends are coming from, and made the move. And it was a scary move. And I knew that I only had two choices: to go out of business or take a huge leap of faith and invest a lot more money and time and energy and change my brand and change my website and change everything that I'm doing. And it was a major lane change, and I'm super glad I did it.
Good. Wow.
Hmm.
Good for
Yep.
you. I know
And talk
those
about
ones
faith.
definitely scary.
Yep.
Yeah, faith over fear. I mean,
Yep.
and I was talking to somebody yesterday, who has really, really high anxiety and works so hard. And, it's funny, like when you're, especially with this podcast, I think about different people and different things that they're up against.
Hmm.
And every person that I want to invite on the show, it's someone that just like you, Amy, that has these big decisions that they've had to make and work so hard and they struggle. And I mean, I don't think I'm speaking out of turn. You struggle with anxiety, of course,
Hmm.
and the word anxiety actually really just means fear, because it's fear of the
Hmm.
unknown. And it's like, if you break it down, it's like, well, what am I afraid of? And it's like, well, in your case, it's like, well, because just like you said, it's this, you had some legal things that you had to come up against. You had some more money you had to come up as out of pocket. You had to make your husband agree to it. You had to make everybody around you agree to it. I mean, it was a lot. So I think that
Right.
it's huge what you did. Absolutely huge. So
Hmm.
in keeping with the what Hakima was asking, if you had to give somebody advice on making that leap of faith, what would your advice be?
Good question.
Um, I kind of always think about, you know, if I sit within myself and say, is this going to be working a year from now? Where do I see myself in 2 years? Where am I going to be in 5 years? And where do I want to be? And if I stay doing what I'm doing, is
Get
that going
there.
to get me to where I want to be? And I, not, I'm actually, I don't know how to more answer that question, except that I look out into the future and say, well, is this going to take me to where I want to go? And I knew that what I was doing before was not going to, just because I was listening to the market and listening to my customers and watching what was going on in the industry. And I knew that I had to make a move. But um, I think the risk of not changing is a higher risk than the risk of change.
I
There,
love
that's
that. That's
yes, I love that.
huge.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
Amy, from the moment I met you, like you're very smart. Like when you like think about like oh somebody that makes strategic moves, like I think about you. You're very smart in all your decision making. I could just
Oh,
tell. Yeah, so I would as somebody that says like if you ever came to me and was like, hey, well, we have to do this, and I'm pretty sure you laid it out to your family and your husband and your business like this is why because you did your research. I would
hmm.
Right. Yeah, there's not there she didn't leave room for argument.
No.
so
No,
sorry about that, man. Those calls just kick you right off. But
they
Yeah.
do kick you right off. They do.
yeah, because you did your research and and you know your business. So
Yeah, she
Hmm.
does. And that was what I didn't finish my thought process about the other person that I was like talking with yesterday. And and she have so much in common in that you work so hard and you do the very, very best that you can with whatever the situation is. Like if it's
Hmm.
raising your family, if it's your business, if it's trying a new recipe, whatever it is,
Hmm.
you like dig in and you're going to do it well
the
and you're
best.
going to do it to the best of your ability.
I just
So
follow the recipe, Jerry.
that could be, but
I
you follow it well. You do it.
No,
You do it. You don't like.
I- I'm talking about
And
cooking.
yeah, I know you're talking about cooking, but it's also the recipe. Recipes are like you follow the directions and you do your
Yeah,
research on whatever it is
yeah.
you're doing, and then you do it. You listen to yourself. So I think that's huge. And this is
yeah.
just me knowing you so well, and I don't want to put words in your mouth or make you think too, that I'm, just loving on my Amy, but I am loving on my Amy,
Aw, you guys are
and I don't
awesome.
mind.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Thank you so much for supporting me, and I can't thank you guys enough.
oh,
Yeah, no problem at all. And
absolutely.
thank you for coming and agreeing to, come on Changing Lanes with Hearts and King. So that shows us that you believed in us. So thank you for joining
Yes,
us. And
yes.
well, we definitely got to have you back because a full hour or at least a good 30 minutes with you would do good to any of our viewers. I mean, you are a smart, just a smart
Oh,
person.
she's a
So
Thank
smart
you.
I,
cookie.
You guys
yeah,
too.
Thank
So I'm
you.
definitely.
gonna show you
Yeah.
my new logo. You
Yes,
can see
please
it.
Yes.
do. Show
Yes.
us.
Zoom it in. Zoom it. Flip
Yes.
How do
around.
I do
Zoom
that?
in.
Can you
Flip.
see
Flip.
it?
Like. Yes, we can see it. But
Yeah,
Oh,
we can see it.
oh, I can do a
Definitely.
flip.
Yeah.
I think
Can
it's
you?
because I.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
There
There
we
we go.
go. E-bike
Yeah. So
alley.
yeah, so if you guys are in like the Hampton Roads area in downtown Norfolk, definitely do one of Amy's e-bikes. I had the privilege of riding one at your house, Jerry. Amy put me on that bike, and at first I was a little intimidated by it because it's bigger than normal. And I and
Yep.
I I went around the block and I just pedaled because I also
Hmm.
did not. I was a little scared of the electric part, but I came back. She's like, "How did it feel? Did you drive it?" Like I was like, "No, I just pedaled." So she sent me back around the block. This time I want to go a little further, but Amy's like, "You gotta try it in his electric bike mode." And I did
Yeah.
that, and I mean, just riding near the beach in the wind. And so, if you guys need some exercise, or you just need some vitamin D, where you're out in the sun with this bike, you definitely got to go down to E-Bike Alley. And if you're in Williamsburg, the same thing. Amy, what's the average cost of an e-bike?
They range anywhere from 1,200 to 2,500 with an average. A really great bike you can get in for 16, 17, 1,800.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
we
And
that
we
and
have
that.
rentals at both locations, and there's lots of great places to ride. We have the Elizabeth River Trail in Norfolk. We have the Virginia Capitol Trail in Williamsburg, and Williamsburg has great. It's very
Terrain. Yeah.
bike friendly city, and Colonial
Yes.
Williamsburg and Jamestown's really fun to ride around. But
Oh yeah,
yeah,
and you guys do group rides, correct,
group
Amy?
rides. Yep, yes we do.
Awesome. So if you're in the area just vacationing, because Hampton Roads, Virginia Beach, Norfolk, Chesapeake are all great areas of vacation. So
Hmm.
definitely rent a bike from e-bike alley, or like I said, if you just want to, and it's a great investment. I would rather be on a bike than on a stationary bike, or I would rather be on that than a treadmill. So if you are
Yeah.
you trying to get your some exercising in the summer, or a
Oh,
holiday gift.
listen. Yes,
Yes.
and Dow just got a new knee, and he so excited.
Great.
He got on his electric bike and he was like, look, my knee's going around. My knees, I've got mobility back. So
Yeah,
it
it's
really,
great,
really helps with all of that stuff.
great
So I wasn't
therapy.
kidding.
And when it's 100
Yes.
degrees out,
It feels so
it's
good.
nice to have a little bit of assist.
Yes, it
It's not
does.
it's not as
Listen,
dangerous to be outside.
and when you just had another birthday, it's great to have a little assist.
I know.
Well, thank
That's
you
for
guys
sure.
for joining us on Changing Lanes with Hearts and King. We appreciate you guys for joining us for the entire hour. Join us back here next week. We'll be back next Monday. Also, Amy, where can they find you? Do you have a website?
Yes, it's www.e-bikealley.com. So it's e-bike, ALLEY.com.
All right.
Perfect.
So,
All right.
Thank you,
so
guys.
yeah. So definitely hit her up on her email or Google it. It'll definitely pop up downtown Norfolk and also her Williamsburg location. We'll see you guys here next week. Thanks for joining us again. And Amy, thank you so much for coming out on our show today.
Awesome.
Yes. We're
All
gonna
Thank
have
you,
right.
you back.
guys.
All right.
Bye. Have a good week.
Bye.
You too.
Bye.